Welcome back. We're on day 21 of our practice together. Nice to be with you again. Today we're going to focus on tending to our relationship gardens. So what does that mean? Well, we're in this period where many of us are isolated and we're staying home, and sometimes that can feel like there's distance between us and others. And actually, it could be an opportunity for us to create even more emotional intimacy, both with ourselves and with others. So that's what we want to try to focus on today. And why do I call it nurturing our relationship gardens? Well, because just like every garden needs tending to, right? We need to tend to a garden by watering it and weeding it and making sure it gets enough sunlight or not too much sunlight. We need to do the same with our relationships. We can't expect our relationships to thrive and grow and be as loving and healthy as they can be if we don't tend to them. So that's what we're going to focus on today. And relationships could be any kind of relationship. It could be a relationship to ourselves, to a partner, to a child, a family member, a stranger, a relationship to your community, a relationship to your body or to your thoughts or your mind, right? We have relationships with so many different people, so many different aspects of ourself, different behaviors. So that's what we're going to focus on today, our relationships. I think what we'll do is we'll take a couple of grounding breaths just to kind of center ourselves, and then we're going to do a bunch of journaling first to start. So if you can have your journal handy. After we journal, then we're going to visualize one thing that we journaled about and help bring it into our mind's eye so we can really see our future self practicing that action. Okay? So with that, let's begin. So we'll just start to ground by coming into our body and noticing our breath. Just take a couple of slow, deep inhales. Good. Start to notice your energy shift ever so slightly just through your breath. Excellent. And now I'm going to encourage you in your journal to divide your page into quadrants. So you have 4 sections here. And once you do that, then I want you to take a moment to kind of reflect and ask yourself, which are the relationships that you want to focus on tending to right now? So which gardens do you want to tend to while we're isolated in quarantine? So I put myself, my husband, we're living together and I see him all the time, so that's one that I can tend to, every day we're together. I put the older adults in my life, so those are people like my father, an aunt of mine, another aunt who I know are quarantined and they're alone, so I want to be nourishing those relationships. And then I also put my mother-in-law, who is in the hospital with COVID, and she's been sedated for a couple of weeks now. But I energetically really want to keep tending to that garden, to that relationship while she's going through this. So these are my 4. I want to encourage you to identify your 4. And again, they can be people, they can be behaviors like your relationship to your body or to food, or just how you want to kind of nourish these relationships within yourself or other people in your home or outside of your home. Okay? So now take a few minutes under each section to write down some specific ways that you can tend to that relationship garden. So for instance, under self, I'm going to write that I can practice really loving self-talk. And you can just write a couple of bullet points under each one. Or if it's flowing and lots of ideas are coming to you, go ahead and get them all out. So remember, think of it as being the water, the sunshine to these gardens. So how can you show up to really allow these gardens to be nourished during this challenging time? One thing I'm writing under my mother-in-law section is that I can do a daily healing meditation in her name. For my husband, I'm writing I can be present and listen. Okay, good. And I encourage you to keep adding to this list if other things come up for you. But right now what I'd love to do is I'd love for you to pick one bullet point on your list, one action of tending to one of these gardens that you could do, and choose that. And now we're going to visualize ourselves doing it. We're going to bring it into our imagination so that you can see it happening, right? And allow it to emerge in your imagination as specifically as you can. So take in the colors and the scents and the sounds of whatever it is that you're doing. So I will just kind of get us back into our breath a little bit by leading us there. And then I want you to let your imagination take over and really bring this into reality so you see it happening. Okay? Bring our attention back to our breath. Slowly but comfortably in through our nose. Start to let your body relax. And allow yourself to get imaginative, creative like a child. And let the visualization start. Picture yourself tending to this relationship, to this beautiful garden. Even if the relationship needs some work, that's okay. Every relationship does. So try to leave all judgment aside and just tend to it. See yourself doing the activity bringing that loving energy that you want to bring. Allow yourself to notice what you see in the image. What colors? Where are you? Who are you with? What sounds are happening? What emotions does it evoke as you are engaging in this way? As you observe yourself bringing this action to life, know that you have the power within you to tend to every relationship in your life. It doesn't have to all be done at once. And we don't have to put pressure on ourselves to be perfect. Just little by little, we tend to the garden. We can do it joyfully and playfully. We can do it with an open heart and an open mind, allowing the relationship to be nourished, to be cared for, and to grow and evolve into its best version of itself. One step at a time. Breathe all of that in. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Well done. Thank you for doing that with me. I encourage you to keep this list out, and when you're feeling the need to check in with yourself about a certain relationship, go to the list and maybe something will resonate with you about how you can show up to tend to that garden. Today, let's give every parent figure, every parent, grandparent, everyone home with the kiddos that is continuing to do their best job homeschooling the kids. We are sending you so much love and strength. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. And to you, here's a great hug. Reminder to be so gentle and loving with yourself and everyone around you. I'll see you tomorrow.